The Commission proposal, it's an initial step made in order to debate about the copyright issue at European level. We heard at this conference a lot of different points of view, a lot of worries. We heard about the challenges, we heard about different proposals, and I think we have to continue the debate. It's important to hear all the sides of the story, to discuss about possible solutions, and I really think the solution is at the middle.
Good journalism, investigative journalism, quality journalism is really expensive. And although it's free to access, it's not free to produce. And currently it's not sustainable is the problem. And we are seeing a world in which the absence of quality journalism is terrifying. The reality of fake news sites that all look the same on instant articles and accelerated mobile pages is a real problem for the public. And actually it's a problem for democracy. We know that journalism costs to produce, and it costs to produce well, and the Copyright Directive and the proposal specifically around the neighbouring right for publishers is one small way of helping publishers generate revenue from their content.
Mozilla is working to forge a copyright reform that is truly fit for the 21st century, one that stimulates innovation and competition in the digital single market. We're concerned with some of the proposals in the Copyright Directive, and they may actually create more problems than solve any of them. And we're particularly concerned with the introduction of a new neighbouring right for press publishers, as well as Article 13, which would introduce mandatory filters or monitoring obligations for most online platforms.
The Article 11, it's too large, has not specified nothing in particular, so for a small publisher like us, it's impossible to know now if this will be a good news or a bad news. For what we know now, we know that it's going to be a bad day for us.
So for us in the music industry, this is really about trying to create a level playing field for all of the digital participants. At the moment, you have a significant difference between digital services like Spotify, Deezer, Apple on the one hand, and the user uploaded content platforms, such as SoundCloud, YouTube, which operate under a very different regime. They today can take the benefit of the safe harbor provisions, or at least they claim to be able to do that. That means that when we negotiate with those platforms, we're doing so with one arm tied behind our back. That disadvantages everybody in the system, our artists, us, and also the other platforms such as Spotify and Deezer.
The European Commission proposal is an important step to build up a single market of creative content. However, it raises many questions that are worrying from a consumer perspective. For example, the introduction of a filtering obligation will be highly disruptive, and therefore decision makers they will have to take a closer look about how this obligation would interact with EU law, such as the e-commerce directive or the Charter of Fundamental Rights.